Dudes
represents a clear and present danger to the national security of the United States.
You have no idea what men are.
One, here we go, and we're on.
Hey boys,
Cool.
we're on air. Amazing. On air with another fantastic podcast. Everyone is prepared this week. When I say
Absolutely
everyone,
prepared.
I mean everyone apart from me, because sometimes, unfortunately, life does happen. And since the last podcast, I have not had a single day to myself. And until today, did not make it to watching the film we are discussing today. So that has given us a little bit of a silly idea. The other two will be discussing the film, and I have to make sense of it. Which is why today we are starting with, oddly enough, the reviews first. I'm going to give us a few, and then you guys can start us off.
Sure, go for it.
I've got such amazing reviews as 6 of 10 stars, fun and creepy, but definitely has flaws.
Title of
Other
my sex
one.
tape.
I get it. I get why people wouldn't like this movie. I understand why it is bad, but I do like it a lot. I am already expecting just utter chaos. The next one's just way overdone. I have no clue what is going on. Another one is 10/10, crazy, cult, stunning, funny. And another one that is just the word awful 5 times in a row.
The word awful. God damn.
Apparently,
Absolutely
also
being murdered. They've got some
disappointing.
handloads that are giving
Alright,
people dirt
how you
naps.
have stooped. A movie you want to like, but just cannot.
Good grief.
Right,
Action and
okay.
violence as just about everybody go after Israel. What is happening?
Okay, so
60-year war vibes.
just if it wasn't clear from when you clicked on the podcast, when you turned it on, we are discussing the 2006 action thriller crime caper Smokin Aces, written and directed by Joe Carnahan, starring, and this is mega, starring Ryan Renyolds, Ray Liotta, Jeremy Piven, Ben Affleck, Common, Andy Garcia, Alicia Keys, Chris Pine, Kevin Durand, Tommy Flanagan, Joe Edgerton, Jason Bateman, Matthew Fox, and another 40-odd people in what is a big and confusing movie. Rory, this was your pick. Do you have anything you want to say before we get into trying to explain to Saanje what the hell this movie's about?
So yeah, welcome to Clear and Present Dudes, the film nerd and defense podcast that supports the arts, the troops, and official assassinations of card players in hotels. What a film, guys. What a movie. I love it. I love this film big time. I was so excited that we're actually going to talk about it. It was the first film that I was going to suggest for this podcast, but I thought, no, kind of a hard sell. I mean, but now it's been like, we'll be doing this, 7 months, maybe?
This is episode 13.
King hell. We've been doing this long enough now to go absolutely sicko mode with Smokin Aces, a film that turns everything up to 10, a film that has some of the most ridiculous concepts and sequences, a film that has possibly the least necessary erection ever shown in a dirty bathroom in a cabin. A film that has the most unhinged Jason Bateman performance ever. A film that has Alicia Keys in it. Holy shit. Actually not doing a bad job, in my opinion, as well. It has some of the best shootouts in the business, especially one that I'll spurg about. Just
Okay.
well, what's not the best in the business? It's got some of the coolest ones. Come on. The one, right, okay, it has one absolutely incredible shootout, which is a very, very brief, nasty, dirty one in the lift, in the elevator to our American cousins. That's goated. That's goated. It's not heat, but it's quality. It's brilliant. Not the best in the business, but they're knocking on the doors of some pretty good ones, I think. It's seemingly driven to its own insane beat. It kicks off so quickly into the madness. I remembered it as having more of a build-up. And rewatching it, it's like, actually, no, there's a little bit of build-up, and then it's like straight into just madness. I love it. I love this film. Some strange casting choices as well. Andy Garcia, for some reason, playing like the bastard son of Foghorn Leghorn.
Yeah.
He's just a down-home FBI director from the swamps of Louisiana, y'all. It's ridiculous. It's
Well, you
crazy.
in the big city might fight your crime like this.
Well,
Objection, Your Honor. Objection.
Y'all be putting the mule before the horse when it comes to this investigation of Mr. Primo Speranza. It's like, it's mental.
What?
Fucking Chris Pine, early career Chris Pine, playing just a completely degenerate Nazi.
He's electric
Yeah.
in this. In
He is. He's great.
He's one of the highlights for me. Is Chris Pine? in this
Yeah.
movie.
As performances truly sinister, unhinged. He gets some of the best scenes in the film.
He's like a little weasel. He's a little weaselly guy.
He's so freaky. It's brilliant. Yeah. Or we're gonna go sicko mode and watch the trailer, or we're gonna go in blind without a trailer, so Sanja has no idea.
I think we should watch the trailer before we do the break, so that he can finally see what we've been talking about. But at the minute, he has to do it in the theatre of the mind.
Theatre of the mind.
But I
Illusions,
will.
Mystery.
Maybe I will describe some of the plot.
Yeah.
I will say before I do that though, my opinion of this movie. Okay, so just to qualify for Saanje here, and it looks quite good at the minute because on my recording thing, it's like the three of us in a line, and I'm on one shoulder and you're on the other shoulder. So Saanje in the middle.
All right.
And you're gonna be like the little devil that really, really loves this movie, and I'm gonna be the little boring angel who's like, no, but it's needlessly violent. On the.
What am I trying to do?
No, I know. But I'm gonna go. It's not very well written.
Yeah, no. I mean, I will give you. It's not. It certainly does not have the greatest writing in the world. Mike was legendary enough to point me to the link to the script. Holy crap, that screenplay is insane, dude.
It's incredibly confusing. Okay, so this film has about 20 too many characters, in my opinion. Yeah. I think there's about 500 people in it, and I understand what they're doing. Okay, the whole big conceit of the movie is there's a shit ton of hitmen. You'll want to get this one guy, but the story, right, dude, right? Oh my god. Okay, right. So we go into way too much detail about who Buddy Israel is. I don't care who he is. He's just the MacGuffin of the movie, right? He's just the guy they want to get. I don't care who he is. And yet we get about 20 minutes of exposition at the beginning of the movie where Andy Garcia...
He gets to meet Wayne Newton on the stage in Vegas and tell him to retire.
I don't care.
Shocking behaviour. Shocking behaviour, sir.
So there's a movie about that. There's a movie about Speranza somewhere in this that they could have done. He gets the ending of the... We don't want to spoil anything, but at the end of the movie, we get a whole bunch about Speranza that is irrelevant, but we get a bit of setup on that, and we get a big payoff on that, and there's all those weird bits where it cuts to black and white, but the car's red, like it's fucking Schindler's List. like it's like, what's going on with that? Okay? And then the rest of the movie, and this is what the movie should be, right, is the raid. It should be a bunch of people try to get to the top of a building. That's what the whole movie should be, but it's not. It's like there's bits in parking lots, there's a bit in a bail bondsman office. Every time someone tells a story, there's cuts away to like things that happened 20 years ago, or conversations happening in rooms just randomly, or all sorts of... It's just all over the place. Like whenever Andy Garcia's talking, they were like, Andy Garcia's got a lot to get through, so instead of just letting us watch Andy Garcia do it, walking around a room which has got about fucking 10 of those boards with like yarn connecting everybody and like a zillion photographs, instead of just letting him walk around and work that room, you also need to cut away every 2.3 seconds to like something that happened 40 years ago. So,
damn right you do. Damn right you do.
That's not even the start of the movie. The start of the movie is in a surveillance van with fucking Ryan Reynolds and Ray Liotta doing the whole classic. Yeah, exactly. Doing the whole classic.
This bottle jokes.
Yeah. Oh, how can you eat that stuff? It's gonna age you. But Johnny, you're 12 years old, so you don't care. Well, that's like classic bullshit. And then they're like looking through binoculars, looking at an old man, trying to make that interesting. Like, this is Speranza. Oh, someone else is on the phone. Oh my god, who's Speranza? Like, I don't care who Speranza is. Clearly, this movie's not about the old guy. You get, but mental. Anyway, Joe Carnahan, previously to this, directed Narc, which I thought was a pretty good movie when I first watched it. As a guy in my teens, I guess, or early 20s, maybe. I think I watched that movie. It must have been teens because this movie came out when I was 20. And I thought that was pretty grim, the whole thing with the iron and the baby. But anyway, Joe Carnahan then went on to do The A-Team, which I didn't see yet. But he did The Grey, which I thought was like a pretty good movie. I didn't think it was amazing. I didn't think the writing. I thought the writing was a bit on the nose, but I thought it was cool. Bunch of guys in the wilderness fighting wolves, fucking cool. So I came into this with like a bit of optimism, but I think this guy's a little bit. He was kind of riding on the coattails of Guy Ritchie and Matthew Vaughn, who I don't really like Matthew Vaughn very much, but I think he's still in their shadow a little bit when he's doing this movie. And I think what this could have done with is a bit of distilling, a bit of focusing, and then just like made it into like essentially The Raid. This movie should have been The Raid. My humble. Anyway, I've had my opening salvo, Rory. Yeah, go on.
If this film was distilled into just essentially a very long action sequence a la The Raid, it would have lost pretty much all of its admittedly kind of sparse thriller qualities, which then would have exempted it from being talked about in this podcast. So right now, you'd be listening to an actual good podcast, you know?
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, technically, if we allow this movie through, maybe we're allowed to do Dread 3D at some point. Anyway, right, so this movie, Las Vegas magician and wannabe gangster Buddy Aces Israel is hiding at a Lake Tahoe hotel while his agent negotiates a potential immunity deal with the FBI, a Deputy Director Stanley Locke. So the Buddy Israel's Jeremy Piven, his agent is the headmaster from the early seasons in You Girl. And,
it's nuts.
And Weird Paul.
And bad casting, right?
My Jacuz. Get into my Jacuz. That guy. And FBI Deputy Director Stanley Locke is Andy Garcia doing, for some reason, a Louisiana accent.
What?
Mental.
Wild.
Special agents Richard Mesner, which is Ryan Reynolds, and Donald Carruthers, which is Ray Liotta, learn that alien mob boss Primo Sperazza, some guy, has issued a $1 million bounty on Israel and sent a mysterious Swede to bring back Israel's heart. Several assassins also seek the reward, including Master of Disguise Laszlo Suit, hit women Charisse Waters and Georgia Sykes. I'm going to stop right now and just say that in the screenplay for this movie, they're described by the incredibly white, middle-aged Paul Garnahan as ebony stunners and, was it Ghetto Assassins?
Ghetto Queens, and ebony stunners.
Yeah. That's Alicia Keys.
Yeah.
And her oppo, I don't know her name, sorry. And hired by Speranza's underboss.
Yeah.
Mercenary Pasquale Acosta, who I think is that guy who was in Lost. Not Matthew Fox, but the other one. And psychotic neo-Nazi Tremors Brothers, which is Kevin Durand, Chris Pine, and another one. If you want a boring trivia podcast, go somewhere else, because here I don't know everyone's names. So that's the beginning of the movie. Are you following this, Saanje? There will be a test.
Oh boy.
So when you watch the movie, I found it difficult to follow as well, that's clearly a note that came up during production or during screen testing, because every single one of these, and this is another thing that makes it seem a bit like a Guy Ritchie movie, every time you get one of these characters, it gets like a freeze frame and a little text saying their name, so you know who they are. And they all have these little vignettes that like establish them as characters, isn't there, as well?
Yeah. The one in which they introduce the Tremors brothers is absolutely unhinged. And obviously I love how the film kind of shows these really, it's not especially believable, but it's kind of within the kind of setting of a film when they're hiring professional people to take out this quite influential Vegas stage performer who's got himself ingratiated with La Cosa Nostra. And they're going through these very, very, very professional people like Alicia Keys and our Oppo, that suit guy, the Pasquale fella. And then you've just got these ridiculous Nazis who dress like extras from Mad Max, who do these like high-speed mass fucking killings at restaurants, get shot in the neck, somehow escape and survive, are still fucking available. I haven't been apprehended. They drive a fucking muscle car with a Balkenkreuz on the side of it, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Incredible.
It's a bit like, right, I didn't realize, I checked this out, I thought this might have been based on a graphic novel or something, because of how like mental some of this stuff is, because this is like 300 style, like over the top on some of these things. So like, and they use like really short, like, because the script moves real quick, they just say things and it flies past you and you hear it and you take it in, and then like before you go like, wait, what, something else has already happened. So like Pasquale Acosta gets in, I think is the one who gets introduced as like, the the SAS picked him up in Northern Ireland, where he chewed off his own fingernail, chewed off the end of his own fingers.
Yeah, and
to
it's
get,
like...
to get rid of it, and then it shows like a quick shot of him like looking like he's in like one of those Northern Irish jail cells with like the dirty protest kind of like hunger style fucking things. This is like, okay, the quick visual shorthand of a dirty with the long hair and the beard and everything. Like, he's on like a but this guy's not on hunger strike because he's a lunatic assassin. Yeah. Why is he chewing off his hands? And yeah. But before you have a chance to kind of go, what the fuck? It already skips to somebody else. And it's
I love the logic of that. It's like, this man chewed off his fingertips so he couldn't be fingerprinted. Yeah, okay, now they're looking for fingerprints that have massive lumps of fucking scar tissue on them. Good grief, man. It's like, my brother in Christ, they're called gloves. You know? I mean, he's not that slick an operator if you let himself be fucking captured for a start, you know?
Yeah, well, that's why I like to say the SES, the best of the best. Who dared won, you know, and got him.
Yeah, fairness, but
the most ridiculous one is the Laszlo suit description. So like, there's some guy walking across a crosswalk with like an armed entourage of like close protection officers. Okay, walking opposite towards them is a guy who looks like your stereotypical assassin, tall guy in a suit. He reaches into his pocket. Everyone's like, "Oh my god, is that the guy?" But also behind him is
there's like a fucking quadriplegic guy. Yeah, he's not he's quadriplegic because he's
quadriplegic guy.
Like to get an air pipe, like blow himself with his
he's black and he's got dreads and he's a quadriplegic and he's in a wheelchair behind him. The guy who looks like the assassin puts his hand in his pocket, pulls out a cell phone as the close protection guys are reaching for their guns, and then the quadriplegic guy goes whoop, whips off his shirt. He's got guns. He's got 2 Uzis or something. You can
he's at 61 Scorpions.
There you go.
He's like,
and then
Scorpions, baby, I'm a technologist. I love that shit.
He goes blah 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 and kills all those guys, and then stands up, rips off the face mask, which he didn't need because no one runs fucking jumps on with passing
the back
of a moving van like he's fucking Marty McFly.
Yeah,
and then
it isn't explained to us if this van is part of his exfil plan or if it's just a happy accident.
And that's Laszlo's suit. And then he's introduced, and then you don't see him again for like ages. And then the job right. So when Alicia Keys gets her job with her pal, she's got like a handler or a fixer, I guess is like her agent, I suppose, is there. And she's like, and to announce who they are, she goes, "Those guys are real impressed with that job you did against the triads." and it's like, oh wow, they've killed triads. That's how we know they're good.
Yeah.
So the FBI agents get directed to take Israel into protective custody. At the same time, bail bondsman Jack Dupree,
ably played by Ben Affleck,
and Pistol Pete Deeks and Hollis Elmore, a bunch of guys, have all been hired to capture him as well. And there's a bit where they have a scene where they talk to Jason Bateman, and there's just banter flying around about where the guy is.
It's one of the best fucking scenes in the film. Let's be absolutely real here.
It actually is. It's
amazing.
It's utterly irrelevant scene, almost.
Yeah.
This could have been cut out. The movie could have been 20 minutes shorter. Didn't need it at all. However, it is probably one of the best scenes in the movie.
It's like you know how that room smells. Like the meme that I've regularly quoted in this podcast. You know it smells crazy in there. And just Jason Bateman playing an absolute degenerate, alcoholic, cringe lord with his weird little handshake that he made with him. It's like, bones it, turn the key, lock the chain. I invented that.
That's a new one I'm working on. And
it's like,
and it doesn't work and he sits down. It's like, that guy's giving me the hairy eyeball.
Yeah. And just when he's just so weirdly like simping at them. It's like, you guys are so tough. I wish I was like you. All I got it's not congenital alcoholism. It's like this. It's like I've got this like below average body or something, and then like a hereditary alcoholism or something like that. Hereditary alcoholism and a tiny cock. Thanks God. That's what he says. That's what he says. Hereditary alcohol and a small cock. Thanks God. And it's like, yes, man. Honestly, it is an all timer. It is an all timer. It really is. Yeah. But when he immediately seriouses up when that Hollis guy touches that big rabbit fursuit head that's just there. It's like, gunshot shot, that's mine. It's like, hell, incredible. Incredible fucking scenes. You
God,
guys
it's crazy.
strapped, you say that right? Strapped or packing?
What is it using these days?
Yeah, it's like, yeah, we see strapped. Jesus.
Yeah, yeah, it was good. Yeah, that's his one scene. I think we don't see him again.
We see him again when he gets a phone call when he's in bed after what's clearly a gigantic gooning session. Because there are, and I didn't realize this when I was watching it on the big screen back in the day, but watching it at home, there's loads of like rolled up tissue paper on the bed sheets, and then he gets out of bed and he's wearing like women's underwear, and it's like his room is just a goon cave, man. That place smells bad.
That's gross.
That's gross.
And then you think, right, because you've seen, and this is like a classic little rug pull they do, because we've seen Ben Affleck, and no doubt Ben Affleck was probably involved in the marketing of this movie, right?
I imagine so, yeah.
Pretty early on into the movie, those guys make it up to Lake Tahoe to look for Buddy Israel. It looks like they're just stopped in a car park by the Tremors brothers, who just like execute them straight away.
Yes, like they kind of pull up to sort of make a plan, don't they? And like they've got these like uniforms, these like security uniforms that
That's right.
they're going to wear. Like they're doing the legwork. They're talking about how there's like 2 tiers of security there, and they're going to be going in as like the bottom tier guys, and they've got like the maroon jackets and that. And I mean, really, this whole conversation could have been done in the car as they drove to the location, but they needed to stop and get out the vehicle and talk about which of the Tremors brothers could then drive past, and like I said, the muscle car identifies as a Stuka. And I mean, Saanje, I am not kidding, it's got a fucking Balkenkreuz on it.
Yeah.
These guys are incredibly Nazi. So they drive past them once with tunes blasting, drive past them again, and just...
But it's played for laughs, by the way.
It is played. It's for laughs. I guess we should stop digging a hole when it comes to telling a German that Nazis are played for laughs. It's fine, guys. It's fine. The funny Nazis this time. So they get out. They quickly and brutally gun down Dupree and the bail bondsman, or so we think. One of the Tremors brothers, after shooting them, gets out of the vehicle, takes off his ridiculous fucking Panzer goggles, gets out a marker pen and draws a little Hitler mustache there, then immediately starts fighting with the other one, because that's what men do, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And then Chris Penn goes over Jack Dupree's body, and he's got his hands raised, he's like, I forgive you, man. It's mental.
Yeah, it goes on for some time, that.
So good, man. It's such a mint scene.
And he starts like tearing up during it as well. And it's like, it's okay, I forgive you. I'm at a beach in Hawaii and there's plenty of hot girls here. And we're going to hang out with Jesus soon.
yeah. It's like,
it's like, what the fuck?
I'll see you in heaven. It's like amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then the Tremors brothers are, of course, very happy that their random decision to kill a few guys has netted them some uniforms and a way in, because they clearly went in with no real plan and probably were going to be killed by hotel security if they tried it. So I guess this was lucky, because I mean, so yeah, they get these uniforms which will then allow them their way in. During this, there's a lot of like driving around scenes as well with Ryan Reynolds and
Ray Liotta. But they do that whole thing where they did the whole thing where they speed up the footage and everything, like, make sure it doesn't leave that hotel room, I'm coming right there, and it's like it's like the car weaving out of traffic, it's sped up, and it's like, oh yeah, 2006, right, I got you. Yeah.
Do we even get a close up of a car's speedometer? Because I think we might.
You probably do. Like a little thing piling up. I wouldn't be surprised if it's the same one that was in Gone in 60 Seconds.
Interrupt us now and say, Saanje, how is this film sounding to you now? Do you think we're making any of this up?
Sounds a bit schizophrenic so far.
Do you think it's going to be pro or anti-CIA?
How quickly would Columbo get shot in this film?
I have questions. I have more questions now than before you started explaining the film.
Yes, absolute chaos, just like the Tremors brothers wanted.
I am just the Ben Kenobi visible confusion meme right now, to be honest.
Incredible, you are. Get in.
So this will help.
Will it?
Proceeds to make it even worse.
So Pasquale Acosta also goes to the hotel and presenting an FBI badge to get past the young spotty concierge.
I know it's not an FBI badge. It's some kind of like Federal Gaming Commission or some kind of thing.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I thought it was FBI because I thought they had a date about it later on where he goes, he came with FBI badge and then walked up there with the security. And that didn't seem strange to you?
No, like they said, I am pretty sure it's not an FBI badge. It is a federal agency of some kind.
Okay, you're probably right. Yeah, he flashes the badge anyway, gets in,
Yeah.
goes to see the head of security who's surrounded by like monitors and stuff. And that's
Yeah.
Matthew Fox, who's Jack from Lost, right? And
Yeah.
Pasquale Acosta is also like one of the guys who was in Lost, the guy with the looks like he's got a guy lying on all the time. So Acosta kills the head of security by doing a funky cool thing. He has like a hidden blade in his sleeve.
Yeah.
It comes out like this is
Yeah.
just like a pure Assassin's Creed before Assassin's
Yeah.
Creed. Came
Yeah.
out, stabs the guy in the lung.
Yeah.
So his lung collapses, starts flowing with blood. He's like, "You shouldn't be feeling any pain." Sits him down. It's a bit like a bit drive.
Yeah.
And that's how he's infiltrated that. And then he goes up and he starts waking us up there. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on with Buddy Israel.
Yeah.
And Joel Edgerton, who plays like, where is he from? Is he like Eastern European? He's got the really shit haircut and the weird big spot there.
Yeah, like he's like one of those like largely generically Slavic kind of characters they have, right? So
Yeah, it's like they were just ticking off a list of what they needed.
yeah, it's like so we kind of see the penthouse because of course the whole top floor of the hotel's been like kind of closed off, so only Buddy Israel can hang out there and do coke and throw up on his piano and bang whores and stuff. And it's obviously it's like the night after like some severe partying, right? Because there's like a significant amount of like naked and semi-naked women lying around who were obviously ladies of the night. And Buddy Israel, obviously on a shaky come down for whatever drugs he's been on, is like walking around like throwing his cards at people and it's sticking on them and it's like, get out, go away, see you later kind of thing. And it's like, come on, dude, you suck. It's like you do card tricks. It's really difficult to make that cool. You know what I think of when I see this shit? The episode of King of the Hill when Bobby Hill starts doing contact juggling, and he's like got like that little ball, and he's like, ooh. So he's doing all this like turbo cool throwing cards at people, like he thinks he's a total badass and stuff. Then there's this great scene when he's getting his entourage to get them to go, and he finds that his generically Eastern European / Slavic bodyguard / bagman / whatever has ejaculated on his incredibly expensive calfskin jacket. And it's like, and he's like, oh, I send where? For incineration? It's like, come on, man, just get a fucking butter knife and scrape it off when it goes dry.
Yeah, Saanje. Yeah. This isn't fucking 3 Days of the Condor here now.
Yeah, no, this is not. This ain't your granddad's Thriller, son.
This ain't your mama's Patriot Games.
This film seems very bodily fluids heavy.
Yeah, well, I mean, we've had like
we are in the trenches here.
Yeah, we are. We've had piss, we've had cum, we've had blood.
Common rocks up soon as well.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to make it sound like he was a bodily fluid, but he's like Buddy Israel's like
main bodyguard / yeah. He's his real first lieutenant, like you said. He's the guy. He's the go-to guy because he's the guy who's been killing people because Buddy kind of got into like the kind of crime business with Primo Speranza after Primo Speranza kind of embraced him and brought him into La Cosa Nostra. I like how they keep saying that, by the way.
Yeah, they don't just call it the Mafia. I did some Mafia adjacent research not too long ago.
Really?
Only because I was playing Mafia: The Old Country.
Yeah.
On the Xbox, and I was just ingesting some Mafia related stuff about it.
Yeah.
So they did call it Cosa Nostra. That is how it started in Sicily.
Yeah. Like it's our thing.
A thing, like, indeed.
Yeah. But film scriptwriters used it for a long time in TV, especially instead of the Mafia, just because there was. Let me just quickly Google this shit up. Actually.
Yeah.
The American Civil Rights League.
Yeah. So while doing that, I think what Joe Carnahan has done is that he thought it was an interesting bit of trivia that it was called Cosa Nostra and thought it sounded a bit more cool and alternative than calling it the Mafia. So called it the Mafia. A bit like, like Kid in the Playground who's like being a bit of a know-it-all.
Yeah.
That's the vibe I got from it. Like, okay, we get it.
Yeah.
We get it. We know it's the fucking Mafia. We get it. Okay.
Yeah, like it's like Like it's making a big deal of pronouncing chorizo as chorizo, even though it looks like it should be pronounced chorizo.
Yeah, exactly. You went on holiday to Barcelona.
I mean, still, it's better than jalapenos, but it's like, but yeah, you're right.
So the next bit is Suit gains, so Suit is Laszlo Suit, the master of disguise, Saanje, gains access to Israel's penthouse, posing as his henchman Hugo, who is Joel Edgerton, actually. Sir Ivy, which is common,
Yeah.
Israel's second in command, confronts Israel for agreeing to inform on him, Ivy, and his entourage as part of the plea deal, and is subdued by hotel security. So there's that whole bit where Common's like, whatever you get from a dog, that's loyal. They ain't got shit on me. I'm real loyal. All that kind of stuff. But then he does pull a gun on him, to be fair. And then hotel security come and shoot him and he gets pulled out. And he's on a gurney, I think. Is that right? Someone's on a gurney.
He's zip-tied. He's not on a gurney, but he is zip-tied.
Oh, he is zip-tied. I remember now.
Yeah,
so he's zip-tied. He's coming out. And you think, right, okay, so keeping track of all the hitmen. Right, first of all, I wasn't particularly clear on what Laszlo's suit was actually doing. I didn't realise that wasn't Joe Edgerton because I just wasn't following the movie very closely. TBQH. But Common's out of the running, okay? But Ben Affleck and that already out of the running, except the one guy who got away, who swam away when their bodies were dumped. The Nazis are still out and about, and Alicia Keys and her partner are setting up. Alicia Keys is going to go in and be like the chatty man, I guess, and bring him out into the open.
Yeah, so Alicia Keys is going in as a prostitute with like the second wave of whoas, because like they're sending in like a second wave of sex
storm
workers
the beach.
being summoned.
Yeah.
So I don't know what bloody Israel was going to do with the second wave of hookahs, because if you look at him, this man cannot get an erection, right?
He's on a vicious come down. He's crying into a mirror while putting in a different coloured contact lens. He's got a dicky ticker.
It's wild. Yeah.
He's having a bad time. So
is that the scene with the John Cale track, by the way?
It is Big White Clouds by John Cale. I was going to have that as the as my needle drop, but we mentioned
total needle drop.
Great
and
song.
And he's just having this massive prolonged crash out, and you think this is the behavior of a man who's like ordered like 5 or 6 more prostitutes to come up so that his assistant can like ejaculate around them. I guess
it's a bit like. Did you guys? I'm not expecting an affirmative here, but did you guys see season 3 of The White Lotus that came out this year on HBO? Oh, man, okay, there's a scene that's really similar to this in the sense of like a guy who's on a vicious come down, yet more whores are on the way. And we need to exfil from the situation before I get pulled back into the whore situation. Yeah.
My God. Incredible.
A very good series. Yeah, crazy. Oh, and that's Academy Award winning actor Samuel Rockwell in that scene as well. Yeah, brilliant. Anyway, I digress. So Alicia Keys is going to be a whore, bring her out in the open, and then her partner, who's in a building opposite on the other side of the street with an M82, is going to, with a very incredibly high caliber elephant killing round, is going to basically explode him.
Well, I think
her plan.
I think the plan was that Alicia Keys was going to extract him and get him out of there, and that she was there for Overwatch support, basically, because obviously Alicia Keys. I mean, they're the only ones running any kind of a really
They're the ones who planned everything.
Sophisticated planned thing, because the Tremors brothers are just like fucking Turbo, listen to Motorhead, go in, draw Hitler fucking mustaches on yourself, and probably die in the next first few minutes unless you get uniforms.
Yeah, everyone else is planning on getting close to him and doing it at point blank range, which is not efficient or clever for an exfil.
Yeah. So like they have an actual plan with comms, with Overwatch, with the logistics, with equipment, significant fucking equipment. And this is a dark joke, but it's not out of the realms of possibility that, a hospital security staff would let you bring a load of fucking guns up to the top floor to a hotel room. Dark, but also true.
Indeed.
So yeah, I mean, then we'll have that absolutely insane dialogue, which is like, oh my God, did you bring the 50? Well, obviously she did. It's like a rifle the same height as her, pretty much. You're going to see it. You're going to see her carry it in its big bag. I've got some hand loads that are going to be giving people dirt naps, man.
Did you bring the 50 cal?
Did you bring the 50? It's
from
like,
World War One? Yeah, man.
It's like it is literally like D&D party, bring every weapon in the can. It's mental. But it's like, so she kind of posts up with that fucking anti-material rifle and just there to fucking give give covering fire. It's mental. It's nuts.
Mean one.
Yeah, but yeah, Yeah.
As this is happening, we've got Pasquale Acosta entering the lift to go up to the penthouse because he's going to do his kill. Now he's got the security guard's uniform, right?
yeah,
At the same time as that's happening, Special Agent Carruthers, Ray
Yeah.
Liotta, is also rushing to get to Buddy O'Gill because he wants to put him in protective custody
yeah,
and get him out of the building. I don't think they're aware of the scale of what's about to go down. They know people are after him. I don't think they know every man and his dog is after him.
yeah. And they're also having comms issues as well. Well,
Yeah. So they get into an elevator or a lift. And it's that classic, movie lift scene of like, oh, are they friendly? Are they not friendly? What's going on? They start off all right, don't they? Because they're like, oh, I just want to get up there, and oh, yeah, cool. Well, I need you to stop all the other lifts in the building. Oh, we can do that when we get to the top. We can't do it while we're in the lifts.
yeah,
But then there's the shootout that happens, right?
yeah. So there's this fucking brilliant, horrible, close range shootout, virtually point blank, just two guys unloading on each other. Sexual. Two guys unloading pistols on each other. Fantastic. The way it's shot from the top down is brilliant. The sparks and the flashes, the lighting, the way the lights cut out partway through it, and you're just left with two guys slowly bleeding out from mortal wounds after
That's
just
cool.
absolutely blowing the shit out of each other. It's
Yeah.
I like that particular gunfight. It's so good. Like I said, to me, it's an all-timer. It isn't a film that's characterized by great ones, but that's an all-timer, and I'll fight for that one because it is mint.
When you said there was an all-timer gunfight in this movie, this isn't the one I thought you were talking about. It kind of slipped my mind. So I thought you were talking about a little thing that happens a little bit after this. I don't want to spoil it for Saanje.
No.
But which is pretty cool. But it starts with like a really cringy of its time, like, ooh, I'm gonna be a bit like David Fincher into a funky effects shot.
Yeah. No.
Which I wasn't a big fan of. But anyway, I do love that one because the lift is all like, it's obviously like a reflective inside, like a mirrored lift, because that's a very popular thing you see, makes the space feel bigger. And then they do the cool thing where the lights go out, as you say, it's being shot from above, and then you just get the muzzle flashes intermittently, and that's quite cool as well.
Yeah, it's incredible. It's just two guys up close destroying each other. Sexual.
I would say, right, and this goes to my my sort of broader criticism of the whole movie is, whilst I don't think it works, I think the movie is a bit of a mess.
Yeah,
it's not without a sense of fun, and it is not without any creativity. I think it tries a little bit too hard to lean into that, like, Quentin Tarantino dialogue, Guy Ritchie, or what's his name, Matthew Vaughn, like that kind of style of like a little bit over the top and a little bit crude, and I think that doesn't particularly jibe with me. There's still a lot of good stuff in this movie that I like,
yeah, definitely.
Chris Pine, I think Alicia Keys, I like Common, I like some of these gun fighting scenes. There's some stuff I don't like. I don't like the editing on the car driving. I think the film looks a bit gaudy, like the color grading I think is a bit in my face, but that could be a choice, so I'm cool with that. And the bit with the spunk didn't land, but but yeah, cool.
It really didn't. Well, I mean, it landed, but on a joke. It didn't land on the audience, thank God.
But we get this right. So, and this movie does a whole bunch of these as well. So this is the first of like many fake outs the movie does. So we are led to believe from this, all the language of the movie is telling us that both these guys are dead now, and and like in 15 minutes from now, we are proving that neither of them are dead.
Yeah.
And I think that's annoying as fuck.
You know what? I actually thought it was class. I thought it was mint. I actually enjoyed it. I mean, like, it drives with the fact that, like, I'm not going to talk about the realism of Smokin Aces, but I mean, it does. It does often take like a longer time, like, bleed out from like small caliber rounds. It does from like heavy caliber rounds, and like.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, like, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to be like, well, actually, here's why it's fucking spot on. But
here's how I could wear 12 rounds in the chest and then make no sound and not move, but then be perfectly fine and ambulatory 15 minutes later.
Yeah. But I mean, like, at least they're both literally fucking dying as well. I mean, pretty much like they are fucked. Especially Ray Liotta. He is like. Well, I mean, he announces that he's mortal, doesn't it? Mortal! which of course the people from the north
Martel.
means martel, pure martel, like
Pure martel, like.
you are mortal. Oh, right. So we need to just kind of do a bit of a cultural exchange here in the northeast of England. Mortal comes from mortal drunk, which means drunk. So yeah. So mortal means drunk in the north of east. The northeast,
Yeah.
the northeast of England. So there we go. So that's always fun to learn things about each other's cultures.
Indeed it is.
When we're talking about learning from cultures and stuff, there is this insane clash with weird Lake Tahoe hillbilly culture, I guess, when the one surviving bail bonds guy manages to get himself to a literal cabin in the woods where he's rescued, I guess, by the Ritalin ingesting 14-year-old tops kid in a fucking karate outfit,
Yeah.
a lazy eye, who straight away is like giving him like, you eyeballing me, son, kind of shit, and doing karate moves at him. This man has had most of his hand blown off, and he's like, you eyeballing me, son, and there's like loud hip-hop music played behind him. It's weird. It's
Yeah,
mental.
man. So I took a break from the movie at that point. I stopped it and made a cup of
My
tea
God.
and gave it like 15 minutes and was like, I'm going to have to come back to this. I was like, this is, I don't know. I couldn't imagine sitting in the cinema and watching this at the time and just be like,
Oh man, I fucking loved it. I really enjoyed it in the cinema. But yeah, so then we'll have two scenes with them, because obviously we'll have like the kind of introduction when we see that this last remaining bailed bondsman Hollis is alive. We see him turn up at the house. We see him get this weird like teenage kid in karate outfit who talks a lot of smack. He's redolent of the weird blonde kid in Cabin Fever. That weird kid who's like doing fucking backflips and shit outside the shop and then bites that guy's hand. It's like they're cut from the same cloth, these characters, right? I mean, I mean, this lad seems less feral, but more stupid, because he does come out with some incredibly dumb shit. Of course, Hollis is then taken in by the lad's grandma, who is described in the screenplay as a very large woman who's a registered nurse part-time and a full-time novelty store owner, souvenir store owner. So the guy is put in a bathtub by her, and Margie marches off, and Warren immediately rushes over to the tub, placing himself directly over the inert Elmore and assuming a martial arts stance. He opens his mouth to speak, and the ice cream sandwich tumbles out, landing in the tub. Warren, barking out, "Bow to your opponent." Warren bows before he squares up and begins methodically delivering a kata of punches and kicks. Violently and expertly snapped within millimeters of Elmore's face. Elmore, helpless to raise his arms or defend himself, stares in horror as the boy, his glasses beginning to fog and drip with perspiration, works himself into a furious lather. Elmore, trying to speak, "Kid, stop!" Elmore holds up a stump of a hand, pinky wagging in pathetic plea. No use. Warren is Warren isn't. Do it for America in La Cosa Nostra. Warren is in a state of unhinged, near-animal frenzy, his eyes wild, a small yet prominent erection beginning to poke through his karate gi. Margie returns from the bathroom, scolds her grandson. He squares up on her, feigning a blow to her face. She clouts him, hard backhand. Big flabby arms restraining him, hauling him out of the bathroom. He bleats like a butchered sheep. Insane. The fact that the boners in the screenplay disturbs me no end. I do like, though, I don't know if you noticed this. Probably not, because you were starting to go through it at this point. I think this film was killing your soul, but because I'm the man I am, I was relishing every moment of this film. She actually doesn't beat the crap out of him. Did you notice how he kind of goes for her, and she just like expertly and effortlessly kind of like knocks the blow away?
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
that was actually fucking cool. Yeah, she's like, so truly she's the master, and you see, because clearly she does Wing Chun, and he's all karate. So
this probably happens daily, right?
It probably happens constantly. And then she kind of gets Hollis out of the tub, and an ammo box comes out. Since my husband died by suicide, I'm just looking after the boy myself. And of course, there's a fucking Colt 1911 in there, because it's a back-to-back World War winner, baby. 9mm kills the body, 45 kills the soul, and Hollis is like, I'm going to be needing this. And then he's back on the revenge train. Hell yeah.
Yeah, mental.
Unhinged.
Right. Okay, where are we at? So Ivy has been detained by hotel security.
Yeah.
In Los Angeles, Locke, that's Andy Garcia, Saanje. Do you know who Andy Garcia is, Saanje? He played Fernando in Mamma Mia, Here I Go Again. and was in The Godfather Part 3.
See me, I'm just staring blankly because that is not helpful information to me at all.
You must know who Andy Garcia is. He's brilliant. He was in what else was he in recently?
Hang on, let me just...
Was he in the remake of The Parent Trap that just happened?
That guy.
That guy. Yeah, there you go.
He
That's
was
Andy Garcia.
in The Untouchables, fucking hell.
Of course he was. He was the really good shooter in The Untouchables.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. He was.
really
You got him, take him, guy. Yeah.
You got him, take him, bang. Yeah, we've talked about him already.
See, we should do that film. That is a film I have seen.
Good thing you should say that. So I think we should do that movie. But
I fucking think we should do that film as well. Actually, hell yeah.
Should we do that one next?
Yeah.
There we go.
Belter, there you go.
That's the Chicago way.
That's the Chicago way. Thank you. We've been clear and present, dudes. Good night. We'll see you in Chicago in 2 weeks' time.
Back to the studio now.
In Los Angeles, Locke abruptly withdraws from the... I didn't track this at all. I must have zoned out during this.
Yeah.
Locke abruptly withdraws from the deal with Israel, but does not inform Messner and Carruthers. The Trimmer brothers reach the penthouse floor, I remember this, and attack the security team and Ivy, who kills Jeeves and Lester, who was two of the Trimmers brothers, I guess.
Yeah.
Because it's Darwin, Jeeves, and Lester. And we'll pause there for a second to talk about that bit. So, very cool gunfight happening here. But one of the brothers has got a chainsaw.
Yeah.
And Ivy's on the floor, and his hands are still on the...
Yeah, like you said,
zip ties
in front, so he...
Zip tie in front,
Yeah,
he's trying to grab a gun.
One, expends it, then he gets another one, expends that
That's
one.
right. And the guy with the chainsaw
is
like kind of crouched down or something. He's kind of squatting, but all his weight's on his back foot.
Yeah.
And he's trying to get a gun. The chainsaw's on the floor behind him. Yeah. This is it. The chainsaw's on the deck behind him, spinning around. Yeah. And the guy's holding his weight weirdly, and then Ivy shoots him in the leg, which causes him to fall backwards onto the chainsaw. And we don't even really see it. We just kind of hear it.
Yeah. Grim.
Very grim.
We've also missed a bit before that. This incredibly weird scene when Alicia Keys walks in on the Trammers brothers getting changed in a lift because
this is in the trailer as well.
You see, this is like, how have these people existed so long doing these ridiculous operations? Is to turn up in the security uniforms and get into the stupid Nazi fucking tactical bondage gear just before they do the operation, which I guess is like part of their thing, and maybe they think they don't operate so well if they're dressed in normal people clothes instead of dressing like something from Burning Man but evil.
It's just mental because there's loads of Nazis coming around wearing short sleeve shirts and beige chinos.
Well, yeah.
So like, what the fuck?
And so like
Nazis as Burning Man but evil sounds really fucking weird.
It's mental, honestly. They are literally dressed like fucking Mad Max larpers, like people who go to. There's some post-apocalyptic LARP they have out in the desert in the States. I forget its name now, but they're dressed like that.
It is Burning Man, isn't it?
Burning Man's like more like general hippies doing loads of drugs. There is specifically
they do like
yeah.
Cyberpunk stuff as well, don't they?
Yeah, but there also is definitely a specific one just for like post-apocalyptic people with like spray painted Nerf guns and fake bionic eyes and mad shit. And to be honest, it looks like a fucking hoot. And I bet loads of drugs are done there as well. But
this is a good opportunity to talk about that Polish LARP that you saw, which was set in 1991 in a trailer park.
No. I think it's like a trailer park in 2003 or something. One of these really in-depth Polish live-action role players when they play like Americans on a trailer park who were struggling with like unemployment and fentanyl and like gang violence and stuff like that. And it's like that is a really in-depth live-action role play, man. Honestly, respect to the Polish for doing this.
Yeah,
Wild.
and like the music, and the music playing, it has to be like chocolate starfish and the hot dog flavored water, and like,
Now I know why you want to hate me. My God, and there goes the copyright strike. So there's a scene when she kind of walks in on them getting changed, and like, so Darwin Tremor has got like this really shitty kind of prison tattoo, stick and poke looking thing of like a woman who's naked. She's got a leg tattooed on that bicep and a leg on his pectoral, so that when he spreads his arm, there's his hair, and he's like, horrendous scene. Horrendous grim
gross,
scene.
yeah.
And she's just, the look of disgust on Alicia Keys' face is actually just some of the best part of the film, because she looks literally very upset with him, sickened to our core.
The denouement to that scene is that she says, I'm going down, when the elevator doors opens, and then Chris Pine waits a bit and goes, I'll bet you are. And then we cut.
Yeah, he's
so crass. So crass.
Yeah.
She called the police.
Yeah, so there's that absolutely apeshit kind of gunfight in which he, Common wipes out the Travers brothers, which is pretty wild. And
with the exception of Darwin, who escapes. Yeah. As this is happening, Israel, learning that Locker's terminated the plea deal, so I guess the FBI are coming to get him.
Yeah.
And he finds out attempts suicide, but was able to go through with it.
Yeah.
And then
He's a pussy.
Yeah, and then finding Carruthers and Acosta, so that's Ray Liotta and the other guy, Pasquale Acosta. Sykes, so Alicia Keys, is cornered when Messner, Ryan Reynolds, sets up a position around the elevator.
Yeah.
Around this one particularly really irritating fake flower arrangement, by the way. That really captured my eye and then wouldn't let go. There's this big rounding tracking shot to the elevator door, and all I could look at was this big plant.
Yeah. Not conducive to CQ.
No, yeah. And then Waters, which is Alicia Keys' Oppo, provides cover from a nearby hotel with an M82 sniper rifle.
Yeah.
And basically just unloads on the FBI team, just and it's epic. It's horrible, but
it's not just seeing people taken out by these big fuck off rounds, and it's like, man, that was cool. That was cool. Yeah. It's like, that was just fucking cool. I don't know what it looks like when a 50 caliber round hits someone, but that looked fucking cool.
I know what it looks like when 50 caliber rounds hit waves.
Yeah,
because I've done that, but I haven't shot anybody with one. Thank God.
Yeah, still time.
So what I do know is that it doesn't pulverize the leg by just going past it, which is like a common misconception people put up on the internet every now and then.
Oh, you have seen the movie?
Yeah, that is the most crazy fun law, isn't it,
I have seen ballistic gel testing on a human torso.
Yeah. We
it does make a rather big hole, but people do not actually explode from it.
Yeah, I think like the whole a 50 cal round from a barrel flying past you is gonna kill you is just like the spiritual successor to, if you hit a man in the hand with a 45, it's gonna blow his arm off.
I did once see a video of a Martini Henry rifle from like the Boer War blow up a watermelon.
Nice.
That's pretty cool. Anyway, so
hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah, brother.
So to instigate this big shooting from Alicia Keys. Alicia Keys is like, I think she's getting cover behind the corner of the elevator or something.
Yeah,
she says something to Waters.
Yeah.
And there's a weird, like, tight zoom that goes into the earpiece, follows through the earpiece, comes out of the earpiece on Waters' side.
It's like a lot of electronics inside the scope as well.
Yeah. And it's like, oh, God. I was like, this is so unnecessary. But, yeah, they do it. Stylish. Not a single idea left on the table in this movie.
I mean, it's funny because really it's like it's sort of like a love triangle, the three of them, because Waters obviously has a massive amount of sexual attraction both for Sykes and for her own rifle, because she's fucking in love with that Barrett man. And I think that's class because, cause I'm a gun fucker too, but it's like, it's just brilliant. It's like, she loves guns and she loves women. Cool.
Yeah, and this is when we find out that Acosta's not dead because he stabs and wounds Sykes. Yeah. But then Carruthers wakes up again for the last second and then shoots him in the head. Yeah. So they both wake up for a split second to end each other.
Yeah.
And
Sykes,
then
you thought, sorry.
Psych! Watch us wreck the mic. Watch us wreck the mic. Watch us wreck the mic. Sykes! Waters thinks that Sykes is dead. So then okay, and this is one of the bits in the movie where I was like, what?
Yeah, she moves like a different location, doesn't she?
She picks up the rifle. She's like, oh my god, goes somewhere else. And then she starts like, blashing into everything. But what the whole time screaming, I fucked up, I fucked up, I fucked up, I fucking love you, I fucked up. And it's like, I was sat there going, I understand that we're probably meant to think these guys are pretty close.
Yeah.
This is unearned. There's no affection between the two of them up to this point because all they've been doing is cracking wise. I've got nothing to tell me that these guys are like in love or anything.
Well, I mean, I don't think they are. I think that Waters is really, really like, because I was joking about the whole she loves the girl and the gun, but I think like it's clear to me from how I interpret it is that she's in love with Sykes, you know, which isn't sadly reciprocated, you know, which is why she's also in love with her gun, because the gun will, you know, always be there for her.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, I just didn't feel like that would have been assumption enough. And this is one of the things, you know, when I was saying like this film has about 20 characters too many. Like, this is one of the things that you lose because, like, if this had been like a mini series or something, you might be able to establish that. But there's nothing there to like back this up. Anyway, I don't want to kill Joe. This is it has to be just saying that's how I felt watching it. Right, Sykes escapes to the penthouse. She stops Darwin Trummer from killing Ivy.
Darwin gets into the lift somehow because then he picks up Ray Liotta's FBI badge and puts on his suit jacket and then uses that to escape when he does some pretty decent fucking tradecraft.
Right.
For a guy whose whole job is like somehow survivable kamikaze mass shootings, when he's like runs out FBI hiding his face and stuff, but in a suit, so kind of immediately, I guess he really is.
Yeah, like a Fallout New Vegas bandit somehow managing to pull off a 100% speech check.
It's wild. Ain't that a kick in the head?
And then there's a scene where Common and Alicia Keys, obviously is the two like music stars who've turned to actors, have a scene together, and there's that whole thing where it's like, you're making me fall hard.
Yeah, that is wild. That is nuts. And
because I think he initially thought she was just one of the prostitutes, and then when he finds out that she's also an assassin, she's like, "Yeah, I love this."
Yeah, and it's like that is wild. I mean, it's like, and I know there's trauma bonding, but that's ridiculous, man.
Yeah, but she's like wounded, and then Ryan Reynolds' agent Mesner comes down, and they're about to have a fight, but then they stop because there's been enough killing today.
Yeah.
So they don't shoot each other. He leaves. And then seeing the pair alive through her rifle scope, Waters is approached by FBI agents, and then gunshots are heard.
Yeah.
So I think they've located the position that she's been firing from.
Yeah.
Considering she shot about fucking 200 rounds.
She's just fucking mag dumping with her 50 cal. The windows are blown out. She's screaming. It's like just going hog wild. I love it. Hog wild. Love that shit for her, honestly.
So then, pretty predictably, Locke and his team descend on the hotel, and take Buddy Israel in the hospital.
Yeah,
Laszlo's suit escapes. You see him like take off the face mask, I think. So you're like, oh, it was that guy? It was that guy all along?
Yeah.
And then Costa is carted away on a gurney, still alive. Yeah. I didn't realize he was still alive, but I know there's a sequel to this movie, so I guess they're setting some stuff up.
Jesus, yeah, the sequel.
Yeah, I've not watched the sequel, and I'm going to tell you right now, mate, I'm not going to watch the sequel.
No, I have no interest in watching the sequel to this. I've got no interest in watching like the 3 sequels to Jarhead.
Oh God, I love it when they do that. When they take a movie that's this probably doesn't qualify, but when they take a movie that's like pretty serious and they go, right, let's give us the shocky like version without any political commentary. So like Sicario 2. Right, we've had the serious one.
Let's have America's good guys.
Yeah. Now let's do the version like it would have been done if we'd done it in the 80s instead.
Okay, creep.
Jarhead, right? We've got our searing takedown of the war in Iraq. Now let's do a fun version. but how fun the Marines are. Yeah.
I'm going to spoil. Were you aware that there's like multiple Jarhead sequels?
I actually wasn't.
Yeah, let me just quickly bring this up. There's at least 2. You are. Holy shit. Have you seen them? Jarhead 2, Field of Fire.
I feel like I've watched half of them through YouTube Shorts at this point.
God, let's look at these sequels. There were 3 direct-to-video sequels. Right, so just in case anyone isn't Jarhead pilled, Jarhead is mint. I think it's really class. Very good. Mike, do you want to tell us if you think Jarhead's good or not? And give us a quick explanation of it while I look these sequels up. We're totally
okay.
digressing, but it's going to be funny.
Jarhead is a good film, directed by Sam Mendes, starring Jake Gyllenhaal and Peter Sarsgaard. I think Jimmy Fox is in it as well, as a character called Staff Sergeant Sykes. So there's a link. Maybe they're related.
Yeah.
Based on a book by Anthony Swofford, and it details the plight of a bunch of US Marines during, I think it's the Gulf War, actually, the first Gulf War.
It is, yeah.
And yeah, it's a searing takedown, I guess. It goes into the psychology of him as a Marine. It's the first movie that really went into the proper indoctrination of the, well, not the first movie, because famously Full Metal Jacket, but went into the indoctrination of the Marines in that particular theatre of conflict. And there's that whole really dreamy sequence where like the oil field is on fire and there's a white horse running through it, getting covered in oil. Pretty epic. Anyway, Sam Mendes, so pretty arty in a consumably takeable way. Same guy obviously did, I want to say, American Beauty.
Yeah.
And Skyfall, I think, right?
Just like whole big American Beauty vibes with the whole horse and the, So the sequels all went straight to video. Jarhead 2, Field of Fire. Battle-scarred and disillusioned by the war, which war? Who knows? Corporal Chris Merrimet is put in charge of a unit whose next mission is to resupply remote outposts on the edge of Taliban-controlled territory. Navy SEALs get them enlisted on an operation of international importance.
While you do that, I'm going to look up Jarhead 3, The Siege.
Yeah.
The synopsis of that is, a group of Marines must protect a US embassy in the Middle East when it suddenly comes under attack from enemy forces.
Benghazi, sorry.
Yeah. And that is from 2016.
So is that like, that is on the nose for Benghazi as well, right?
We'll check, but it feels like it.
That's incredibly on the nose time-wise. I know there was like the 14 Hours film that came out like a few years later.
That's right, with
Jim from The Office.
Yeah.
The best thing is I said Jim from The Office at the same time you said Ted Kaczynski, whatever his real name is.
John Krasinski, latter day Jack Ryan.
Yeah. I have a review of Jarhead 2, a film I didn't know existed until a couple of hours ago. I wish it stayed that way. Yeah. Jarhead 3, The Siege, we have a quick review here. Oh my god. I really like to torture myself, don't I? After watching the second movie and hating it, I still decided to watch the third installment of this franchise. Was I expecting it to be any better? No. Did I expect to like it? No. Why did I watch it? I don't know. Again, this is a generic action movie, just like the second one. At this point, I knew there was no return to this format for this franchise. Just like the second movie, I don't know why these movies are called Jarhead. The only thing that's the same as the original is the location, and that is not enough to call this a true sequel. Pretty much everything I had to say for Field of Fire can be said for this as well, except this is a bit more cheesy, the jokes are just a bit better, along with it being short as the pain wasn't so dragged out. The difference in quality is very marginal, but I enjoyed it a bit more. There is one more movie to go, and I don't have any expectations. I just hope it will end quickly. Things people who are on palliative care also say. Jarhead, Law of Return. Major Ronan Jackson, an accomplished fighter pilot for the Israel Defense Forces and son of a US senator, is shot down while flying through Syrian airspace. Oh my god, it's in Syria, holy shit. After miraculously surviving the crash, Jackson is taken captive by a group of Hezbollah militiamen. A squad of elite soldiers led by Gunnery Sergeant Dave Torres risk their own lives in the hopes of saving an ally they've never met. I need to just...
I'm uncomfortable with that particular
This is fucking bad.
Jesus Christ. Oh my god, I didn't realise that in Jarhead 2, Field of Fire, the main character was played by Cole Hauser from Yellowstone.
Holy shit.
Wow.
My
Anyway,
God.
man, we're getting deep into it.
In the end, I have no recollection of the events that transpired prior to rescuing whoever they were trying to rescue. Just saw it on TV, left it on and was watching it till I zoned out for a while. Brutal. So yeah, I imagine that any sequels made to this excellent film, because I do believe it's still an excellent film despite the haters, will suck ass out loud and will not be watched by me in private or professional.
Jesus, all those movies you described there are the kind of films that you come in from the pub with your dad and end up watching. We got right to the end. Lazarus Shoot escapes. Acosta is carted away on a gurney. He's still alive, hence the sequel chat. Darwin is gunned down by Elmore in that creepy little scene where he's out in the car park and gets made by Elmore, and then there's a whole thing where you think he's going to let him get away. And then but then the shot lingers on for a little bit too long of him walking away, and you just know he's going to shoot him. And he doesn't even look at him. Just put...
So wife reaction to this film. She was Emma was so pissed off at this point because she's like, "What the fuck? The two girls haven't got the happy ever after married life out of the whole thing, and now the fucking Nazis getting away." And then I'm like, "Just wait." And then Hollis is like,
"Bit of media literacy."
Yeah, and and it's just that scene again. It's Chris Pine does get some of the best kind of hits in as far as acting, and the dialogue he's given to work with is brilliant. The way he delivers stuff, and it's really cool to see him playing. It's really cool to see him in scumbag mode. I need to say something super autistic as well. I really like how Hollis fires 6 rounds and then the slide locks back. So your standard 1911 magazine 7, yeah. So he's clearly given it a test fire on the way there to make sure it works. And that's why he's just got the 6. And that was be patient with me. Be patient with me. I loved it, man. It was class. It was like, oh my God, I wonder if it's probably not in the script. But, well, you've seen it. It won't be in the script, but I think it's fucking cool. And I liked it. And I was like, yeah, that's because I'm a real gunshot counter, you know? Mm-hmm. The bit when Suit lights that guy up with the 2 VZ61s, it's like fires a bit too many shots for those tiny little magazines, you know, but still it's cool. I mean, it didn't ruin the film. Evidently, it didn't ruin the film.
Chris Pine, a good movie. I don't know if you've seen this or not, because we haven't talked about it before. There's a very good movie that he's in where he's in something approaching scumbag mode, where he and his brother are on the run for the law. There are a couple of robbers in modern day Texas. It's called Hell or High Water.
Oh no, I've not seen it.
It's a good modern western, basically.
Get it.
Right, cool. At the hospital, Messner, Ryan Reynolds, finally learns the truth from Locke. And at this point, I knew there was a twist coming with Locke because he's obviously dodgy.
That we've not mentioned for the whole thing. The whole thing about who's Primo Speranza, and there's the whole subplot with that one FBI agent, former OSS guy, who went undercover in the Fees to infiltrate the mob.
Yeah. And
then was killed by Speranza and no, I am your father. It's like, so it turns out that, this FBI agent went undercover, became Primo Speranza and became this mob lord kind of guy. And that's the big twist. It's one of the it's one of the kind of because it's like a double, because it's kind of a double punch of a rapid fire twist with 2 at the end, isn't it? I mean, before we get on to that, I've got to say something real quick as well. Real quick. The scene when the FBI raid the penthouse, they call the structure out as clear really fucking quickly. They're in there and it's like, oh, it's clear. And fucking Suit's just chilling behind a bed. And these guys are, it's like, fuck you, check it again. Jesus Christ, man. It's like
amateur hour.
What's amateur hour? Bush League. Terrible.
This is Bush
fucking
League.
Hell. This is Bush. It's like, oh yeah, it's clear, I guess. Fuck's sake, man. High speed, lads. Film ruined.
Yeah, so we get another right. So the first sort of 10 minutes of the movie was Andy Garcia talking, and then we're getting rapid cuts to different stuff. The last 10 minutes of the movie are like that as well. So we get Andy Garcia dropping the date about that FBI agent, who then we see him delivering a brief. So we've got a brief within a brief about how he is going to get various surgeries in order to change his face structure so he no longer looks like a corn-fed, white bread American FBI agent and looks like he's from Italy.
Yeah.
And he's gonna take on a new name and become Italian.
Yeah, he's gonna speak with a silly accent and all that stuff. Yeah,
that's right. And then we see him get shot in the grid, but then we find out that his surgery is reconstructive. So then actually he does get his surgery done and he becomes Speranza.
Yeah, because the feds tried to kill him when they realized that he'd pretty much gone rogue, and he was fully in bad guy mode, and that's why he needed loads and loads of workups and stuff. And then the the throwaway reference when they're talking about Buddy Israel's list of crimes. Oh, he's like financed strong arm robberies and murders and there's even a paternity suit in there or some shit. And no, it's Sparazza. They're saying Sparazza's dodged all his charges, even a paternity suit. Then it turns out, Sparazza is Buddy Israel's dad.
Yes.
And the whole, we want his heart. It's like, it's not that they want his heart cut out. They're sending in this guy, the Swede. It's not a hitman, he's a heart surgeon, to get the heart out of Buddy Israel in Sparazza, to give Sparazza another, like, 27 more days of life or something, because he's like, because he's older than God at this point. I mean, like, fuck this guy. This guy was old enough to have been in the OSS and then done enough time in the FBI to end up like going undercover in the mafia. So he's been doing this at least like 60 years.
There's no guarantee that you would wake up from the anesthesia.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. It's like, I mean, and also you've got this Swede who's like a fucking head of surgery at some university hospital in Sweden, who's just agreeing to essentially murder a man. You know, they're not going to swap the fucking hearts around, you know.
Yeah, it's going to take that.
Not going to give Buddy Israel a fucking fake one. It's not like Crank, you know. It's not like they're going to fit it with a mechanical one like in Crank 2. It's not like that, you know.
Oh my God.
Like this world-renowned doctor is going to fucking kill one of his patients, and the FBI are going to be cool with it. Just because, as Emma said, America keeps fucking its own people up, doesn't it? And it's like,
more than you know.
More than you know. Yeah. So absolutely nuts. And then, of course, we'll have the scene when it's a very Clint Mansell scored part of the film, isn't it?
It literally is Clint Mansell scored.
Well, yeah. Like he's like he leans in.
Da, 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 da,
basically,
yeah.
and I mean, as a musician who has his own kind of trademark, I can relate. So once again, I'm playing music with lots of harps and spooky sounds and shit like I do every time. Because if it works, it works. And for Clint Mansell, Requiem for a Dream works. So he just gives us Requiem for a Dream with the numbers filed off and a few notes turned around. And it is cool as fuck. Messner goes into the room with the two guys who were lying next to each other in the separate hospital beds. He sits between them, his gun's out, his badge is out. And then he pulls the Keep Them Alive plugs out from the wall, and they just instantly begin to die. You know, like they instantly begin to, you know, be connected to God's Wi-Fi at this point. And it's like, okay, and you've got this really long protracted scene when everyone's trying to break into fucking doors, like trying to break these glass doors through to get them. And once again, insightful take from Emma, she was like, yeah, this seems like an oversight. Shouldn't there be a way to open it from the outside?
Yeah.
I mean, in a medical setting, you would think there should be
like
a way.
A man trap alarm on a fridge, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
You should.
It's
Should
nuts.
get out the fridge. Yeah.
Yeah.
He just sits there patiently waiting everyone to break in and he to get punished, I suppose.
Yeah. And he's doing big boy federal time for that, but his conscience is clean because he's killed an old man who was gonna die anyway. And
he's killed Jeremy Piven.
Yeah, and a shit-ass theatre kid who would have died anyway because he wouldn't have survived long in federal prison because somebody would have probably killed him for money.
When was Entourage on? Is this before or after Entourage?
I want to say this was concurrent with Entourage.
Concurrent
I may be
with
wrong
Entourage.
though. Was it? Let's have a look. Entourage.
2004 it started, 96
Shit.
episodes, over 8 seasons, so this is concurrent with Entourage.
Concurrent with Entourage.
Didn't even prevent Entourage. What was the point?
It didn't. Some other things I found absolutely wild about this film is how Buddy's agent is negotiating this plea deal with federal law enforcement at the highest level, right? As agent, the guy who books some fucking gigs is liaising with a deputy director of the FBI to cut a deal with him. It's like, what
Buddy,
in the cocaine nightmare in this is this?
Good news, buddy. It's not about the plea deal. No, I've got you judging a wet t-shirt competition a week on Tuesday.
It's wild, and like, just can you imagine? Can you imagine when they busted Bill Cosby? If the first call they made was to his manager.
Curtis Armstrong also mainly, well, he's known for Risky Business. He plays Miles Dolby in Risky Business. Booger in Revenge of the Nerds.
Thought it was Booger. I thought it was him.
is.
He was he's an American Dad as well, playing a kid called Snot.
Yeah, I feel like I've done him a big disservice by saying he's the headmaster from New Girl, but he is Principal Foster in New Girl.
Yeah.
And he was in one episode of Lewis and Clark: The New Adventures of Superman with
Get away.
Dean Cain. But he
Dean
probably denies that.
Cain. Yeah. He's got that removed from his LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Dean
Oh
Cain.
man. Right. Should we go back to Saanje now and see what he thinks of the movie from what our telling of it?
Yeah, some concerns.
Please, you have the floor, Saanje.
From all what I've heard, I am not sure this would have been worth the £4 I would have had to spend if I had watched it.
It would be. It would be.
Because it just sounds a bit raj.
Bit Raj. Saanje, it's very Raj, mate.
Should we go for the trailer? I went for Smokin Aces official trailer number 1, Ray Liotta, Ryan Reynolds movie 2006 HD on YouTube.
Good, super. Come on in. Good to see you. Hello, referee. Come on in. Good. Great. Come on in. Sorry about that.
Hey, Hollis.
Referee. Hello, Hollis. Come on in. Let's get to the business at hand. This wanted felon here, Buddy Israel, little Rick Springfield, I guess. His posse, they're all strapped. Or packing heat, whatever the phrase is. I don't know what you guys call it. Strapped down. Hey, man, that's not yours.
Put the rabbit down.
Buddy Israel. No former witness against the mob has been as crucial as Buddy Aces Israel.
He's a strung out, washed up, has-been, jerk, snitch, 7-layer loser.
What are you trying to say?
What's the rate?
$1 million.
$1 million hit fee would draw some huge flies. He's not only essential to our case, he is our case.
They're gonna pour boxes of bullets in Israel.
They must not succeed.
When do we get consigned?
If an attempt is made on his life, it'll be made by those of the strictest professional caliber.
We're going to see the, there we go.
There
Little
it is.
Hitler
That's
mustache goes on.
The little Hitler tash. There was a speedometer.
Speedometer.
There's some of that. Yeah.
We gotta keep him in that penthouse.
I think Ray Liotta was in Narc. I think he maybe did this because he likes working with Joe Carnahan, maybe. Here's our
These guys will go megaton.
thugs gallery, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're steering hard, player.
There it is.
Yeah.
I'm going down.
I bet you are.
You see what I
Look,
mean? That look on her
that's
face, man. That is like
Withering.
just brilliant reacting from her there.
Yeah, she is not
Yeah.
interested in that noise whatsoever.
Okay, that trailer's
Saanje.
cut together really fucking well, in my opinion. Sorry, I said blow it out there, but I love it.
Understandable
No.
reaction, really.
Now that you've seen all the characters we've been talking about, was that kind of what you expected?
Not quite sure. I think that... So, the Nazi guy,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
that was not what I had in mind when you brought up Burning Man.
Yeah.
It does look like, how Carabinieri are dressed.
Yeah.
It looks like if they had a PT uniform.
Holy crap. There's some Googling of Carabinieri on the go.
Oh yeah. Okay.
You see where I'm getting at? They are dressed up half the time like fascism was a weird sex kink. And that guy just looks like he had a like flannel PT uniform issued from the same people who designed that.
Okay. Cool. Should we take a little break here and then come back and do the categories?
You know what the trailer has given me, though, is the impression that apparently our lives would be better films if we just introduced short clips of us just doing this all the time.
Saanje is the first clear and present dude to draw heat.
Yeah, keep that in.
Listen.
That's
Silence,
also
I have the talking stick.
Jesus, holy fuck. That is also an incredibly based St. Javelin hoodie you're wearing there, Saanje.
Thank you.
That is incredibly dope. You were the
Just
first one of
gonna
us to
lean
draw
into
heat.
Being a weird ass tonight.
Incredibly based. Just for those of us doing the audio and needing theatre of the mind, Saanje is wearing an incredibly dope maroon-coloured St. Javelin hoodie and a cowboy hat. It looks like someone's clicked the random loadout button on Arma 3.
Well, you know, if you want to make it even worse, Mike, by the way, I held back on that. I didn't do it on the video call with the caption, but...
Good grief. He's now put on a little tin hat.
Cool. Should we get into the categories?
Yeah, man.
Yes.
Okay, casting. Okay, so this may be a humongous cast.
Stacked fucking cast. Stacked.
So we know the likes of Ryan Reynolds and Ray Liotta and Ben Affleck. Jeremy Piven, I think, is relatively well known, but for people who don't know him, Entourage primarily, but Grosse Point Blank, Spy Kids 4.
And he was this in that one episode of Seinfeld, was he not, when he was playing an actor who was meant to be playing Costanza and was calling him a loser and stuff like that. This guy's a real loser. He's plays Michael Barth brackets George.
Nestor Carbonell plays Pasquale Acosta.
Yeah.
So he is known primarily as in Lost, but he was also in The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises because he's the mayor of Gotham in those films. At the minute, he's in The Morning Show, Bates Motel, Shogun as well. Chris Pine, we all know Chris Pine, only the fifth best Jack Ryan.
And how many best Captain Kirk?
Number 2, I have to guess.
This isn't the Star Trek podcast. Yeah.
Yeah. Kevin Durand, Tommy Flanagan plays Laszlo Soot. He's from Glasgow, where I live, so that's cool.
Get in.
Sons of Anarchy, and he's Philip Chibs in Sons of Anarchy, and he's in Guardians of the Galaxy, and he's also Cicero in Gladiator in 2000, and he was in Braveheart because he's Scottish. Joel Edgerton, everyone knows who Joel Edgerton is, he's pretty famous, but he's Falstaff in The King a few years ago with Timothy Chalamet. Great Gatsby, plays Tom Buchanan in Great Gatsby. Currently is in Train Dreams, Dark Matter. He also has played a policeman in Bluey. Master Gardener was his other big one a few years ago, wasn't it? Right, cool. Jason Bateman, as we all know from Arrested Development, and also tons of stuff in the 80s. Alicia Keys is Alicia Keys. Taraji P. Henson plays Waters. She was in the Hidden Figures and The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, Hustle and Flow, The Karate Kid, the one with Will Smith's son in it.
The one when he does Kung Fu.
Yeah, The Karate Kid where he plays does Kung Fu. And then finally I want to hit on one more, which is Joseph Ruskin, who plays Primo Speranza, because he was...
Absolute veteran character actor. He's been in everything.
Exactly, yeah. So he's known for is Star Trek Insurrection, The Scorpion King, and an episode of Alias, or maybe a recurring role in Alias. But if you actually look through his career, it's epically long. Loads of Star Trek.
It's been mad.
He played loads and loads of Star Trek.
He played Jack Kevorkian in an episode of That's My Bush. And in that same year, he did voice acting for Star Trek Away Team, the video game. He played a doctor in Star Trek Enterprise. This guy literally would do anything that came in front of him, and I love that. I respect his hustle. He was in an episode of AS. He was in 6 episodes of Bold and the Beautiful. He did voices in Spider-Man, the animated series.
Larry,
he was in fucking Murder, She Wrote. Snorks. He did additional voices in Snorks. Holy shit. Snorks, Smurfs.
Smurfs and Snorks, right?
Yeah.
So I had to explain to somebody what Snorks were, and they didn't believe me that they existed. And I was like, imagine the Smurfs if they lived underwater.
Yeah.
And like no one, and then it was like, you've made that up. You've made that up. Well, ask Joseph Ruskin.
Yeah. You know what? The 80s were a good time for him in TV. He's got turns in Knight Rider, Airwolf, Hill Street Blues, Sent Elsewhere. God damn. He was in a TV series called Stingray, but it doesn't appear to be the good one with the puppets.
He was in The Sword and the Sorcerer.
He was in the really shitty Captain America TV movie.
Oh, amazing.
He was in Starsky and Hutch. He was in a show called Policewoman, playing a character called Vinny Venizelos. I have a feeling this man has played a lot of, like, mafia-type characters, somehow. He was in a TV series called Serpico. That can't be about the Serpico, right?
It is.
It is.
Yeah, they did make a Frank Serpico TV show. They're trying to make a procedural about Frank Serpico. I've not seen any of it. I've seen videos about it on YouTube. It's mental. I perked up when you said Serpico, because like Serpico is like one of my favorite films of all time. Sidney Lumet's 1973 film Serpico, based on the 1971 book.
Craft.
Incredible, right?
He played Marioni in the streets of San Francisco. He was in the Mission Impossible TV series, playing literally 3 different characters. I think this guy was on call to play anyone Italian or like slightly like North African / Middle Eastern, because we've got him as a tribal leader in the Scorpion King. We've got him playing, sure there's the... Sorry, but you know what? We're giving the man this respect as well, because you had a hell of a fucking career and lived a long time. So well done. Rest easy, Joseph Ruskin. Your watch of playing 1 million characters a year is ended, and we have the streets from here. What a guy.
There you go. There wins and following seas. Should we do some quotes of the movie?
God, yes. There's so fucking many of them.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna start with not so much a quote as a section. Right, okay. It's from, I'm holding in front of me
Not so much quote in a section. Incredible.
Yeah, okay. So this is the first scene where we meet Sykes and Waters and their fixer, Wyman. This is as it's read in the script.
God. And
I want you to remember, and I'm going to put a picture of him up on here, that the guy who wrote this is Joe Carnahan. He was incredibly white. And in fact, where is he even from? That's probably a detail that's worth knowing. He's America. He's from California. Okay, that's better. I was hoping it'd be like from like Hull or something. Okay.
He's like from...
yeah. Gosport. He's like...
Oh.
Right, so, interior, diner, greasy spoon, all food joint, act lunch counter, meet Charisse Waters, 33, and Georgia Sykes, 24, ebony stunners, ghetto queens, street assassins. They are sitting with their booking contact, Lorenzo Wyman, 41. He holds up a copy of a bank telex, sliding it across the table. We're putting out at this point that their gender bent in the movie.
Yeah.
Wyman, how about 6 figures for this fool? How about that, love? Waters takes a telex, gawks, shows the numbers to Sykes. Sykes, bullshit. Wyman, nah, baby, they heard about that triad hit. The work y'all put in, they recognize the skills. And this ain't no tryout tap dance, show us your shit thing neither. If y'all want this, then I'ma go get it for ya. Waters twirls her long braids, looks over at Sykes. Waters, so me and Sis here, 'cause we got a rep on the rise, we chipped some nails on some N-words. They want us to drop this mafioso so-and-so, magician whatever the fuck he is. Wyman, swear it works, girl. Y'all done dirt. Y'all peeled some serious caps. Word travels. Sykes, and so I get this straight. We gotta go in, bust on this punk, and remove the heart? Is that for real? Wyman, no. You gotta go in and get him, pull him out where he at. Forget all that other shit. That's just for flavor. I'm still getting little bits of this and that from that cat Pedich. The man contacting me right now. What we got, not a telex, is a number and a name. Buddy Israel. Sykes. To Loretta. What else did Pedich say? Wyman. He said that the shit could get hot, could get heavy. I said, because I got two of the hottest, heaviest bitches alive. I'm gonna end it there. But but I just want you to, but hopefully for the entire time I've had that, I've had a variety of pictures of Joe Carnahan up on the screen.
Incredible. Oh, at least it was reworked a bit in the final product.
Yeah, a little bit. Probably be more N-words.
Yeah, I've got one that I think you know what it is. I'm just going to dig into the Rip Read bit from earlier a bit longer because I'm looking at a full-length one here in the IMDb. I bet you guys got a lot of stories, right? I don't. I grew up soft with the private schools and the little blazers, and everyone talked things out. No one ever threw any blows. Still to this day, never punched in the face. Imagine that. I'm pretty much a panty waste. I don't say this to be self-deprecating. I just, don't have much opinion of myself. I'd much rather be like you guys, bar fighters and big swinging dicks taking care of shit. Sadly this is it, It's disgusting. Thanks God. Dog pile of piss poor physique on top of a small cock and hereditary alcoholism. Appreciate it. I'm babbling. I do that drug. Please forgive. Brilliant. Just absolute degeneracy. The film didn't need him to be that degenerate. The film didn't need to go to this weird place at all, yet it did. And that's one of the things I love about this film. It puts a ridiculous amount of backspin on things that don't really need to be that fucking stupid and weird and odd. It's like, how in the film Seven, how everything is covered in like a weird layer of grime.
Yeah.
Like, sorry, not Seven, California. 7-2's grime as hell, but specifically California, everything in that film is covered with just grime and dirt. There's nothing that's normal. There's nothing that's regular. Everything's weirdly off kilter. Like the probation officer's got like a fucking like hook for a hand and stuff, and then there's like it's weird. It's this film does things that it doesn't need to do, and it's better for it because it's stupid as shit in a way that like makes it engaging, makes it entertaining, and yeah, like it does have that kind of everything's got a weird sheen of oddness on it. Things like one of the kill teams is just this like ridiculously overblown gang of Nazis, and like not only is Jeremy Piven getting tons and tons of hookers to his room as assistants fucking ejaculating on him, it's stupid. It puts weird amounts of like just excellent babbling. I do that drunk, please forgive me.
Would you like to get another scene from Sykes and Waters regarding the 50 cal?
Yes.
Pull back to reveal a 50 caliber sniper rifle on a tripod jutting just past the window, zeroed out on the penthouse level of the Nomad. Sykes. You got the 50 up? Bitch, you're trying to take down a jumbo jet? Blowing the moon out of the sky? The fuck you want to get that grimy? Waters. The try to wild out my boo, and it's on and cracking. I'm laying N-words out. Sykes, damn this Kevlar riding up on me. I wish they made this more sheer. Waters puts her eye to the scope, scans, finds Sykes in the crosshairs across the way, adjusting her outfit. Waters settles on her, watches something vaguely creepy about this bit of voyeurism. She nuzzles the Barrett close. I tell you, I snuggle up with the big girl here, and my pussy start to drip.
What? I didn't... You see, there we go. She's an homosexual. She's totally in love with a gun.
Sykes grimaces. Waters sees it, smiles to herself. Waters continued. So you heard from Keith? He's still fucking with that little tight, light-skinned girl. Sykes, I ain't trying to break a sweat for that sorry-ass N-word. Waters, he a dog, baby doll. He a Great Dane. I tried to tell you after your first date. He hit that ass one time. His interest in a bitch start to landslide. Sykes, you know I burned all his shit, all that vinyl. Kalamaha, Funkadelic. I burned his turntables too. They were like 3,000 brand new. Others, man, fuck that N-word. Let him go woof on some other scrub. We got one another. It's all the love we're ever gonna need. And Psych. So there is a love triangle.
Hold the fuck on. Hold on a minute. Is this like when we did that? Is this a real quote from a Tom Clancy game? This actually you want pulling my dick here. This is actually
this is the screenplay. This is not the shooting script. This is the screenplay that got through to production.
Did she say the bit about the gun making a pussy drip in the film?
No, I don't think so.
Cause yeah, that's so fucking, that's insane amounts of dialogue. Cause I've got the scene kind of playing in my head, and it takes place over a few moments, right? Like it's when they're having the chat over comms, and Waters is like zooming in the scope and checking her out and stuff. And that's way too many words for that scene. That's way too many friggin' words. That's nuts. It's like, damn, that was really fucking bad writing.
It's cool. Needle drops. There are loads in this movie. There's Ace of Spades by Motorhead.
Obviously, that happened, didn't they?
There's Spotty Oppy Dupsilicious by Outkast, Down on the Street by the Stooges, and my personal favourite I mentioned already, which is Big White Cloud by John Cale. RZA one here as well.
Yeah,
it's a proper. This might be is this the first like proper jukebox soundtrack movie we've done?
Yeah, I think it is, isn't it? Yeah. What's the track that's playing when he goes to that little cabin in the woods where the kid and his grandma are? Is that the RZA track that's playing at that point?
I think it is, but I'll have to double check. I Got You Back by RZA. I think it might be. I'm sure someone will correct us if they care strongly enough about it.
Yeah, hopefully not anyone from the Wu-Tang Clan, because Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with.
And then we'll have to try and protect our necks. Okay, that was the whitest thing I've ever said and will likely ever say.
Yeah.
Right, here's a factoid. So trivia, IMDb trivia. Here's a factoid that will not surprise you. All the conversations had by Carruthers and Messner in the surveillance van were improvised. You don't say.
You don't say. Yeah. That was.
Let's try and make it like a fucking Quentin Tarantino movie with the pop culture references and the banter.
Yeah.
Except we won't write any. You just do it.
Yeah. Just go on, boys. Talk shit.
Go on. Talk about Madonna.
The song Like a Virgin. Yeah. Because his dick was so big. Fucking hell.
Right, I'm going to read it as it is on IMDb, and it buries the lead a little bit here. Writer and director Joe Carnahan needed to fill the role of a speed-freak neo-Nazi when he fired Michael Shannon for being rude to a costume designer.
What?
Yeah. That's crazy. And then within 10 seconds of Chris Pine starting his audition, he was hired. Carnahan was sold.
I want to know what it was Chris Pine did in that audition. I really want to know what it is. Because to be honest, I'm pretty sure he just went in and started fucking throwing Romans.
On the subject of Chris Pine, Ben Affleck remarked to Joe Carnahan about Chris Pine, if I could take 10% of what I'm going to make in my career and bet on anybody, I'd bet on that kid. Of course, we actually know that is Ben Affleck spends 10% of all the money he makes in his career at Dunkin' Donuts. But I'm going to put a bunch of pictures of Ben Affleck at Dunkin' on because we love it.
Hashtag our guy.
Hashtag our guy.
He truly is our guy. God bless that man. Yeah.
This movie is the feature film debut of Common and Alicia Keys. And this is Joseph Ruskin's final film, so I'm glad we talked about him so much.
Yeah.
Oh, it's sad.
Yeah, man.
I've got three good facts in quick succession. First of all, we already know this, but this film has not one but two Jack Ryans in it, obviously, or Jax Ryan, I should say. Ben Affleck, Chris Pine.
Yeah.
Not news for us, but there we go. Next fact: when Israel falls on the piano, it is the same chord that is played in the Max Payne video game theme.
Holy crap!
I don't know how true that is. 23 or 30 people found it interesting though, and I'm one of them now.
Yeah. Make that.
Check this out. My God. The FBI helicopter's registration number is N350SC. It is the same helicopter that was used to deliver Nelly Furtado to the rooftop in her video Say It Right.
Holy crap. That's somehow incredibly fitting for this film.
And the time period. Whoa, Nelly.
That's incredibly fitting. I mean, I guess you're saying that some Alicia Keys is a real man.
Whoa, make you work hard, make you sweat hard. She does make him sweat hard. She makes him carry her down the stairs.
Yeah, she makes them put serious effort in, man. This is like, you know, like you've got the whole man writing women thing, right? And a lot of us kind of cringe, but man writing men, he's got this spot on, because I mean, men will do like ridiculously stupid things for women straight away, sight unseen. Sometimes won't we? We are easily made to do shit like, "Hi, I'm Alicia Keys. I've been shot. So have you. But can you carry me a bit?" Yeah, right. In for a penny, in for a pound. I mean, it's not like he was like trying to like flee for his life. It's like, oh, woman, okay.
Wait.
There we go. Everything's coming up, Ivy.
Incredibly, the helicopter's back. The FBI helicopter N350SC was also used in the film Next from 2007. That's the film with Nicolas Cage and Julianne Moore, Jessica Biel, where he can see a little bit into the future. Is that right?
What?
Yeah, he has his, and the FBI are trying to seek his abilities to prevent a nuclear terrorist attack.
I've never heard of this film.
Oh, right. Okay, so Nicolas Cage is a Las Vegas magician who can see into the future, and the FBI are after him to... So, another film about a Las Vegas magician.
Hell fucking yeah, he is.
So 2006 and 2007 were years where the sim helicopter was used in these two movies about Las Vegas magicians.
It's amazing.
Whoa!
It's incredible. You know what? So, November 350 Sierra Charlie, yeah?
That is correct, yeah. Number 350 Sierra Charlie.
I wonder if it's on flight radar right now.
Oh, we could find out where it is.
We got some real autism hours here, boys. I've located the helicopter. Last seen 2 years ago. Landed at Goose Bay, Canada. Wednesday, 6th of September 2023 at 10:39 ADT, and has not been tracked since then.
Oh, do you think that's the end of its life?
I think that's the end of its life, man.
It's a town in Newfoundland, the province of Newfoundland and Labrador.
Yeah.
Located in central Labrador on the coast of Lake Melville. It looks like a nice place.
Mm.
Like a lovely farm that I can go off to play with all its other helicopter friends.
It's either been scrapped or it's holes being sold like a paintball place or something, and there's loads of people running around.
Oh, that's so sad. Although maybe that's nice for it. Maybe it likes that.
It has a new life. It has a new life. There's a replay. It's past flight. Also, it flew from Goose Bay. To I'm watching it now. To
Yankee Romeo.
Yeah, Yankee Romeo. So that
which
is it looks like some kind of
airport.
So it's flown from somewhere that's near Goose Bay, so its beacon has come on, I guess, over this water here, and then it's flown to...
I wonder if because this is the free version, we've only got the last 10 minutes of its track.
So YYR is Yankee Romeo's Goose Bay Airport.
Yeah.
We are a podcast that boasts tens of listeners, by the way.
This is the kind of reason why.
Dozens of us watch us as we track the last flights of a film star helicopter from 2 years ago.
2 movies.
At
least 2 films.
Yeah, incredible. It says very sadly he had no flights in the last 14 days. No shit, man.
Very sad.
Rest in peace.
We will
rest in power.
N350 Sierra Charlie.
Blue skies, your watch is over. How much cocaine was done inside that helicopter's hull before its end of its life, man?
Amazing. Makes you think. Cool. Right, a lot of our categories are not really geared towards this kind of movie, but there is one question I would like to know the answer to. Saanje, how would have this gone down in Germany?
Do you have casinos?
Just thinking hard.
So we mostly have these weird sport bets shops that are run by Turkish guys and also mostly frequented by Turkish guys betting on football matches.
Jeremy Piven's going to struggle to hide himself at these things.
Sure how you would get a Italian mafia shootout situation involving 3 dozen hookers into that scenario.
Just have this amazing mental image of...
You could put... I mean, if you put this into Eastern Germany, you could certainly get the Nazi.
Right. I don't know what I was expecting when I asked this.
This is good, though. Keep it going. This is gold. This is gold, you ace. So sorry.
I am also not sure Mr. McGuffin would get away with the cover name Israel. I would probably call him Benjamin Poland or something.
Benjamin Poland.
Benjamin Poland. That's amazing.
God.
Kurva.
You know, the main thing all these things hinge on is the shootout bit, only really I don't know. What are you going to film a shootout with in Germany? Like a 2-shot hunting rifle? Well, that's not very exciting.
Well, I mean, there was that guy who, like, what wasn't that German guy who had, like, fucking Panzer in his basement or whatever, who, like...
Oh, yeah, that guy. He didn't even... So he had a working Panther tank, I think, and he used it to plow snow in the winter, actually. So... Everyone in that fucking village knew. It's just that nobody snitched on him, and it only became a problem when he became too old to take care of that shit. And they didn't just find the tank down there, they also found a Flak 88 and a whole submarine torpedo and a bunch of automatic weapons, and I think a bunch of crew-served weapons as well. They were trying to jail him for possession of, well, military-grade weaponry. They didn't really go through with it because you can't really get ammunition for a Flak 88 anymore. So they had an expert come in and calculate how much cash you would have to spend to create like 5 shots of ammunition for that, and they were like, no, that is so ridiculously expensive, no one is going to use this to do any shenanigans with that. They did actually have to call in the army to get the tank out of the basement though, which is like a bit weird to me, because apparently that guy has been driving that tank in and out of there for years. So I don't quite understand how you suddenly need pioneers to get the tank out of the basement when it can just run.
He threw the keys away.
Yeah, that was a whole thing, apparently.
Incredible. I love this. This is a big swing, Saanje, from old sort of 2-shot hunting rifles to actually someone's just using a fucking World War II tank to plough snow, and all his neighbours aren't stopping him in.
Though.
Yeah, but still,
I made a very
mint.
large point out of you can't get ammunition for this shit. Well, he had a torpedo, but you how do you use a torpedo in a shootout, though?
But you know who could get the funding for that Flak 88's ammunition? A certain Italian mobster called Primo Speranza. And that's where the film comes in Germany.
Okay. I'm going to go for our little Harrison Ford loving. Would this movie have been... I know the answer to this. Would this movie have been better with Jack Ryan or Richard Kimball or President James Marshall? I mean...
Let's fucking dig into this thing. Okay, boys. There's offices on fucking lockdown. Nobody's leaving until we work out where we can place at least one of these characters in this film, all right?
Dr. Richard Kimball is infiltrating the Provasic drug announcement dinner conference, which is happening in the conference center of the hotel.
Yes.
That they're in. Okay? So he's also trying to infiltrate at the same time as Pasquale Acosta, Darwin Trimmer, and his brothers, Alicia Keys, Loretta Sykes. As they're all going at the same time, he's also shuffling in with this really bad, like, dye job on his hair.
Yeah.
And his beard shaved off.
Yeah.
And they're all making a beeline towards security. Because so many people are filtering in and, like, flashing badges and stuff, he manages to get in completely unmolested. And that's how Richard Kimball gets in. And then he's like, bang, 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 upstairs, and it's all shit kicking off. Meanwhile, he's like, Provasic's a sham! You think the results of Provasic! And like nobody cares.
I knew we could do it. And you're right, no one would care. There'll be like shelter-in-place warnings going on and security are dragging people out. Like, Richard Kimball's like, hey guys, Provasic sucks! Fuck Big Pharma! No one cares.
Yeah, and like, was his name Jordan Krabbe, who plays the doctor, who's like the bad guy?
Yeah.
Like, he just gets away with it. Like, he just leaves, and like, no one cares.
No, or the funniest one would be, you think he gets away with that, he catches a stray from that ridiculous 50 cal barrage that Waters puts down, and his head just gets turned into red mist. I fucked up! And it's like, okay, that's no reason to just like do suppressing fire on everyone, man. But I'm just remembering how fucking cool that scene is. With just like that rifle bouncing with the recoil and the windows blowing out. It's like, oh man, I love the big 50.
Peter Falk. Where would we put Peter Falk in this movie?
I was going to interrupt. I want him on the 50.
Yes. You know what?
One more thing. I fucked up.
You know, my wife always said, and I have just one more round.
I love the idea that, because I mean, there's that like kind of like laconic sniper kind of kind of archetype that he'd probably kind of fit into in this kind of thing. Like he's a very chilled out guy, just sitting there with a cigarette, reading a beaten up paperback of something like Airport that he's read like 15 times, just chilling. And then when the call comes through, he gets on and he just puts down a couple of well placed shots. I mean, it's still with a massive anti-material weapon, so it's still like just causing a lot of fucking chaos. But then like he just happily packs it up and just leaves, and no one says, "What the fuck are you doing, man?" Because he's just a nice, slovenly kind of guy who's totally benign, and he's just got a rifle that, again, because he wasn't a tall guy, his rifle's going to be almost the same height as him, Yeah. I just want to say as well, Waters had possibly one of the best chances for exfiltration in this film.
Mm-hmm.
Because Sex was wearing like essentially black tactical gear. She could easily just run out and say, "Security, security," and dip. But she chooses to stay because she's had a crash out, and I know, like, love of her life's died, and but still, like, she had the potential for the best, like, exfiltration, I guess. Wow, how the fuck am I married?
I think he could have been Buddy Israel's agent stroke lawyer.
That would have been so good. That would have been so good, actually.
I got you the gig. I got you.
Hey, buddy, they've killed the deal. I'm sorry, buddy. That's just so.
It turns out they don't make Quincy no more. I tried to.
Oh, they killed the deal, buddy. I'm sorry. Just one more thing. Can you pick me up some salad on the way to federal prison?
But hang tight. I can try and get you on the Rockford Files.
This is now vastly differing from Peter Falk's vibe, and I love it.
I know, yeah.
No, it's yeah, the Ding Chavez Missed Opportunity Award for the film.
Yeah, okay. Okay. If you got one for that, because I've got like a realistically almost serious one.
I know that Emma would kick my ass if I didn't say the missed opportunity was for Waters and Sykes to have their happy ever after, because Emma was really fucking pissed off that they didn't go off into the sunset again. So I'm going to say that, otherwise Emma's going to kick my ass tonight. Missed opportunity as well. I guess one thing that was kind of underused was the missed an opportunity to have more of that teenage kid in it, because he could have joined Hollis on his adventure. Hollis could have, like a morally ambiguous D&D player, just recruited this clearly subnormal individual as a meat shield after making several charisma rolls to get him on side. And then just he approaches the hotel searching for the Tremors brothers and sends the little boy in to chase them out. And then you just get a cut of just this kid like with a raging fucking boner chasing Darwin Tremor out, just doing as crazy cat and stuff. And it means that Darwin Tremor's like kind of robbed of his like kind of like cool, it's fine, we're okay kind of thing, because the guy runs out and this kid's just screaming after him, and then like Hollis just slots him, put him out of his misery, because otherwise the kid's gonna catch him, but it's gonna be a whole different movie.
Okay, wow. Yeah, I think all right, so the missed opportunity for me is this could have been any of like several different movies.
Yeah.
Like this could have been like an almost like Jason Bourne-esque spy caper about how Heller became Speranza.
Yeah.
And that whole process, and like how it became, so like you could have had a whole movie about him doing that. His time in the USSS, in the FBI, pitching the whole idea, getting like seduced by the mob, and then the final betrayal from the FBI, and then him becoming a mob boss for real. Like that's like thrown at us like in 5 minutes at the end of the movie. That in itself is a pretty interesting movie.
It is.
Okay. Another missed opportunity is, I said it at the beginning, but like this could have just been the raid. Like they didn't have to go into so much detail. They could have said, "There's a guy at the top of this penthouse that we need to get. It's your job to go and get him." Ryan Reynolds, and Ray Liotta. Meanwhile, a bunch of other guys are coming to get him. But like in the raid, you know how like he gets on different floors and he encounters like different mini bosses on his way.
Yeah.
They're not given like a shit ton of the raid 2 fucks this up. They're not given like a ton of exposition. We don't need to know who they are. What do you think? You know, this funky guy's got a fucking bow staff or whatever. This guy's got fucking nunchucks. Like, oh, this fight happens in this room. You know, whereas like the Raid 2 kind of gets more into it. Like, oh, this is the big kitchen fight, but like there's all like the other gang stuff going on and the betrayals and the phone calls and the wives and all that shit. Have you seen the Raid 2?
No.
Oh, right, okay. So the Raid 1 is like really tight, compact.
Yeah.
Bottom of building, go to top of building, like Dread.
Like Dread.
And then the Raid 2 tries to make it into like a crime epic and it ruins it. Yeah, right. So yeah, could have done that. Just simplify.
Yeah.
Cut away lots of the chaff. I don't need to see everyone's backstory. You know, some of it's cool and fun. Don't need to see it. Don't need to see any. I don't need to see Ben Affleck. I don't need to see that scene with Jason Bateman. I know it's a good scene, but don't need to see the Tremors until they're in the building. Don't need to see Alicia Keys until she's in the building. Don't need to see Common very much. Probably a little bit at the beginning. Don't need 20 minutes of fucking Andy Garcia either side of the movie. Don't even need the ending. like totally different movie. Like the whole thing ends when Ryan Reynolds enters the building. It starts. It finishes when he leaves the building.
Yeah, there are dozens of films that this film could be. Like, I refuse to read anything about the sequel and don't want to look at it at all. But it's like there's so many films this film could have been. This could have been like this could have been like a ridiculous gonzo action film centering around the Tremors brothers. It could have been, like you said, a more like cerebral kind of like better paced, less turbo crazy thriller. It even could have like looked more into just what's going on with those bail bondsmen and the quite nebulous thing they've got going with Rip Reed. You could. I mean, if
like a Coen Brothers kind of thing going on.
Yeah, totally. Like you could, because that. What I like about this film is it does pull together a lot of, I guess, it's somehow less than the sum of its parts because there's so many really interesting stories that feed into this absolute turbo mental mess, which I love, by the way. I love this film.
Yeah, man. Cool. Before we wrap it up, have you got any notes on the Peanut Gallery? Because this is obviously a loved movie by you.
Yeah, well, the premise is actually enjoyable, with some wonderful over-the-top performances. I really didn't care for the energy drink aesthetic, though. Energy drink aesthetic. You know what? That's like this film is like 3 cans of Bang Energy, a double vodka, and a couple of concussions later, and you've got this film, man, of absolutely no creative, linguistic, narrative, cultural, aesthetic, historical, or intellectual value. My dick could currently cut diamond. 4 stars! Oh my God. I want to agree with you. Chaotic Chris Pine is peak Chris Pine. Absolutely. This movie was recommended to me by my doctor in the middle of a physical. Not sure if I should be impressed or worried. The everything bagel of movies. Willfully meanders from one glib set piece to the next with all the elegance of a bottle of wild turkey bobbing gently in a room temperature jacuzzi. A juvenile, oversaturated, good time. This was Jordan Beaumont Anderson, who was the same person who said that his dick was diamonds, by the way. This guy loves this film. The 4th of March 2021 is the one when he says that his dick's incredibly hard from watching this film. Then the subsequent review is 19th of June 2021. I think this guy watches this film like every couple of months and gives it a 4-star review and just gets like a raging stonk. Bringing my 4... I knew this would have really fucking good reviews, by the way. Bringing my 4K of this at Zoolander Blu-ray at Terrence Malick's house to see if you'll let me in. This is so good. I'm learning a little about screenwriting by comparing scripts to their final produced movies. Yeah, we'll fucking go, lads. First, don't fill the first 18 pages of your screenplay with voice. Lock in, Rory. Do it for America. First, don't fill the first 18 pages of your screenplay with voice. Don't fill the first 18 pages of your screenplay with voiceover exposition from Ben Affleck doing The Bears and Andy Garcia doing his worst impression of De Niro in Cape Fear. Second, don't fill the last 18 pages with a terrible reveal, also provided through Andy Garcia, that has literally nothing to do with the narrative you spent the last hour on. Third, if you're white, you should probably avoid referring to your black characters as ebony stunners, ghetto queens. No, I'm not making that up. Fourth, if you want to have a big emotional moment between your characters, the audience needs to see those characters for more than 4 minutes beforehand. We don't care about people we don't care about. Also, don't put 3 emotional moments in a row that sap each other's effectiveness. It stops being funny at this point. It just makes loads of sense. And while it's a very good review, it doesn't make me laugh. So the rest of it's more the same.
I agree with everything they said, though.
Yeah, definitely. Fun fact, Primo Speranza is Kaiser Soze. Yes, the year 2006. I remember the day as if it was yesterday. The days playing my Xbox 360, downloading the free Smokin Aces gamer pick package off the Xbox Live Marketplace, promoting the movie's release. Becoming excited to own some kids and friends of mine online with my new cool gamer pick. The days where 3 actors, Matthew Fox, Nesta Carbonell and Kevin Durant, each star in my favourite TV show of all time, Lost. Each having a role in this film, which will never happen again. These facts have nothing to do with the movie, but I just want to express why nostalgia plays a big part for the love I have for this movie and its place in the timeline of my life. Started off strong, but wasn't.
Sanya's going to assist me.
Oh shit, Saanje, please, say something. We need more Saanje content. The fans want more Saanje.
I wasn't going to say something. I'm just being autistic about the mic position.
That's great. Did you hear what he said?
Yes!
I am
yes!
so sorry.
No, the fans,
the
the fans cry out for Saanje. They really do. Ryan Reynolds trying to do serious drama is not good. And a good one here. What if Suicide Squad but good?
Oh my god, far.
Yeah, this was 3.5 stars. This was reviewed back in 2016, so that was after the first Suicide Squad, but before the second one. And I'm just gonna get one last. Actually, hold on. An absolute clusterfuck, but where is my Taraji P. Henson, Alicia Keys, lesbians dropping the F-slur spin-off? Where? Henson is a sniper in this and I want to see her eat pussy. 2 stars!
Like, I came in with a very specific idea of the movie he wanted to watch.
Yeah. It's like, listen, I mean... there we go. A lot of very funny reviews there.
Cool. I think that brings us to the end of this episode of Clear and Present Dudes.
Oh, CIA, pro or anti?
Oh, mate, come on.
Well, no, because it's got an OSS connection. So.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah. So like, yeah, you see.
Wow,
so,
hey, let's do. Wow, Rory. Hey, I want to apologise for laughing that off.
You
are totally correct.
That's okay, man. I'm just clubbing it tonight.
Nice. Very good.
Terrible.
So
yeah.
I guess we're saying anti then.
I would say
the only person who was in the CIA or what it would become the CIA turned out to be a wrong'un.
Yeah, and ended up becoming like a mafia don. So yeah, this film is anti OSS, which by definition is anti CIA.
Does that make it 6-3 against now?
6-3 against.
There we go. Cool.
We've got to pull out some Clancy's to get these stats back up, boys.
I know, right? You're falling behind here, guys.
We've got to pull out some Clancy's, pull out Argo, all that stuff.
But not too soon. For now, the stats are going to be untouchable.
The next film we're doing.
That brings us to the end of another episode of Clear and Present Dudes. And as Saanje said, the next one we're going to do is The Untouchables, Brian De Palma's 1987 crime movie, which was one of the big breaks for Kevin Costner. So very excited to get back into Kevin Costner, where it all began.
Absolutely.
For us here.
Costner
Clear and Present Dudes.
Kevin Maxon.
Costner pilled in the Yellowstone era.
Absolute Elliot Ness boarding.
Cool. So, as I always say, if you enjoyed this or you have yet to subscribe but have listened to us a few times, would massively appreciate the subscription. Any likes, any comments. I would also like to make at this point an apology to one commenter who commented on the YouTube video for A Few Good Men this week, who give a plea. They said, I hope this isn't BS. And I have a horrible feeling that we were, and I have a horrible feeling that it was BS.
Well, I mean, so, maybe the thought it was just like a 2-hour-long list of the actual good men and where to find them.
Yeah, so Julie Westfall, I have to apologise. But otherwise, I hope you enjoy the podcast nonetheless. Okay, so I've been at Mike, at MikeD2049 on Threads and Instagram. Rory O'Toole.
Yeah, hi, Rory O'Toole. I'm on Twitter as Rory O'Toole. That's Romeo Uniform Alpha Romeo India O'Toole. I'm going to try and post on Threads more because Twitter's a little bit of a toilet. We also have a Discord, and there's been some actual activity on it this month. Someone posted pictures of their cats, and I thought that was fucking cool. So if you'd like an invite to our Discord, just kind of pop a comment in the comment section, I guess. So just send us an email at
clearandpresentdudes@gmail.com. The Discord can also be found on my bio on Threads and Instagram as well.
There we go.
Cool. And Saanje, you're still
yes,
underground in the dark.
Black Ops.
Off the grid.
Yes, that's you. Warm thank you from me as well for bearing with me barely saying anything. I'm also not saying anything on social media, so I don't have anything to link here, unfortunately. But thanks for tuning in this time, and see you around the next time.
Excellent. I guess what's left to say is that we've been clear and present dudes.
Yes.
I want one thing.
See you later, Kings.
Make it a canon.
See you later, Kings.
See you later.
Yeah.